Greetings, Sir and Sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to the end of the Shredzone update, adding several new things to the game, a new AI game mode, a new tutorial, a new weapon in the form of the Chain Shredder, and of course, the now infamous EMP module. So what we're going to be doing is testing out all of these things as quickly as possible to get through them and give a brief overview of each. I don't really want to linger too much on any of the new additions, as I feel like I've already done that in the previous overview video. This video is just showing all the new elements in action. So first of all, before we get into the more exciting things like the Chain Shredder, the EMP module, and of course the actual new game mode itself, the AI robots, we're going to be having a quick look at the tutorial. Now, I have already finished the tutorial, and the first time you do this on an account, it doesn't matter if it's an old account or a new account, you will get a Protonium crate which counts as having 4 items, as if you have just finished doing a battle arena. If you have premium, you will then of course get the other 4, so you'll have a grand total of 8 items for like 3 minutes of doing a tutorial. It really is simple as anything. So let's quickly go through it just to show what it's like and see if it's any good. Is this a tutorial that will actually help? Use the keys to move, look up, and you get all the general gist. It's moving. Pick up the Robogun and get complimented. Well done, nice job. Fire the gun using the left mouse button on the marked location. Place the left leg on the robot, so there we are. Well done, nice job. You may notice that popping up quite a bit during this. Click the cube to select it. And then, well done, nice job, and place them. So it's showing us how to place cubes, and how to move around the garage bay. Also telling us well done, nice job a lot, which is very, very kind indeed. We need to add a weapon, click on the hardware category, and click on the tutorial laser wasp. It's not a regular laser wasp, because we can't take it out of the tutorial mode, basically. And there we are. Press T to test your robot, which amazingly isn't actually T on this account, so 1 second while I try and remember what the hotkey really actually is, which apparently is P, because this account has been through so many updates, it still has most of the keybinds of the older updates. So here we are with camera steering. This is the test zone. This is where you test your robots. Moving to the marked areas, pretty nice and simple. I think honestly the tutorial isn't bad, it really isn't. It definitely shows you what to do in a very nice visual medium, which is definitely very welcome. I think tutorials where you actually play through them are definitely a lot better than tutorials which it simply tells you what to do and then expects you to actually remember them. Also, isn't that an absolutely gorgeous robot using so many cosmetics? Of course, being in tutorial mode, we can just spam the plus key, so we are now overclock level 15, of course that is plus on the numpad, and thus utterly obliterate it in absolute, well, no time whatsoever. There we are. The power of overclocking, ladies and gentlemen. And now is where you would normally get your crate. So I just sped through that because, well, as you can tell, I've done it before, so it was a little bit boring for me. But I wanted to get on to the more exciting things, the things which people are actually here to see. So first of all, let's put mirror mode on, because I accidentally deleted the one side of that. There we are. What I was meant to say is we need to delete this side as well, because I don't actually have enough CPU for all of the components without deleting some stuff. So I haven't yet actually tested out the Chain Shredder or the EMP in combat. I've purposefully left that out until I could do this video. So the Chain Shredder has something a little bit unique about it. Unlike most other weapons, in fact all other weapons I believe, it doesn't charge you on a shot-by-shot basis, but rather a power consumption per second. This means at the start, when it's still charging up, it's still charging you the full power amount per second, and thus is very inefficient. When it gets to maximum speed, shooting 20 times per second with 2 guns, it's actually incredibly efficient per damage done. But that's where it becomes weird. Because this is the way how the energy is drained, it means if you have 2 chain shredders, you get an increased fire rate without an increased power consumption, because it isn't 562.5 per gun, it's just in general when you use chain shredders. This is also highlighted on the patch notes, so we are definitely going to be using 2 of them, and I think, if I did my math correct earlier before building this robot now, we should have just about enough CPU for that, and of course the EMP module. Use electromagnetic pulse to stun your enemies. There we are. And just about enough. We have 4 spare CPU, so, I don't know, I want cubes there. Now it looks beautiful. But before we do get into the AI battle, let's have a quick look-see at the cost of these things, since most people tend to like to know just how expensive the legendaries actually are. So the EMP module is a whopping 315 p-flops, yay, dyslexia there, has a mass of 135 kilograms, and, well, it costs 157,500 robits. It's definitely not a cheap item. And to make that seem almost cheap in comparison, we have the Chain Shredder, 325 p-flops each, and 162,500 robits. The weight of these things is 2,950 kilograms. It's very heavy, very expensive CPU-wise, and very expensive robot-wise. As you can probably tell, my speech is messing up a little bit at the moment. Too many numbers, too many words. Let's do something nice and simple and kill AI robots. I've got to say though, these weapons look a bit silly on this particular bot. I think having them closer to the center would definitely look better, but we always test using the Testotron, and I'm not going to be changing that now. Sadly, I wanted to showcase the AI bot's deathmatch, but since this simply isn't working at the moment, we are going to go into a regular team deathmatch, or perhaps simply the elimination mode. I'm a little bit scared to do this with a weapon I have no experience with on a bot that is really made solely for testing in single player with, but we'll see how it goes. So the issue we're currently having is that the CRF, the community factory, isn't working correctly, isn't loading for the servers, which means when you try to go into a game with the AI robots, which pulls robots from that service, it simply doesn't load correctly. I've been trying for a good 5 minutes now, going in and out of Robocraft, and it seems like even the Twitter for Robocraft has now been talking about it. So I'll be right back in a regular game mode, testing out the new gun and the EMP module, and I'll be sure to do a smaller video in the future, in the next few days, once the AI Bots Deathmatch is working correctly. Okay then, here we go into Elimination. Let's see if we can at least do a little bit of damage. Like I said before, I've not actually tested out the Chain Shredder or the EMP yet, so it's going to be a bit weird using both of them in a proper battle, rather than a more relaxed battle, hopefully, against AI in the future. So first of all, how long range is EMP? That is actually further than I expected. Okay, well that's good to know then. We can definitely fire the EMP at quite a long distance, or at least a medium distance. I thought it'd be a bit closer to the disc shield sort of range, which is pretty much nothing, to be perfectly honest. Okay, we can't really do any long range fighting, and we dodged that pretty well, to be perfectly clear, and here we go. Long range fighting, denying that guy on the top. Yeah, that did pretty much nothing there. Okay, let's just relax. We need to get closer. Oh, I think we just knocked off his gun. Did that one shot? Wow, our first shot with the Chain Shredder actually knocked off his gun, but sadly, we can't really move him for the kill. I was hoping that'd be a bit further than that. Very pretty though, very, very pretty. Definitely a scary weapon to be aiming at you, but at this range it's doing nothing. It's far too inaccurate, and with that load up time, I can't really react very easily. Well, at this range it seems to be doing a lot better. Okay, so I would say at this range now would probably be the maximum range I'll be comfortable using it. Oh, come on, let's go get someone. I don't know. Let's assume it got all of them, and we're actually out of power right now. I forgot how much power the EMP consumes. Now, please remember that the more energy you have, the more efficient the attack will be with the gun, since you're more efficient at maximum rev. So you want as much time at that as possible, so... maximum fire rate, there we go, nice, and closing the gap. Let's see if we can get his shredder off him, we can. Massive amount of damage there to that mech. Okay, that was okay, that was actually pretty darn good. Not a very efficient attack here, but can we get all of his rotor blades off him? Yes, we can. Oh, no, not really. Almost, though. I just want to hit him to stop him healing, but yeah, when you're out of energy, it seems worthless to even try and shoot. Unless you're really close to killing someone, of course. And once again, out of energy. Wow, it feels like you've really got to plan the attack. If you can plan the attack, get that full fire rate going with a decent bit of energy left, you can really do some serious damage. Okay, stop, heal up. Let's put down an EMP there, perhaps we'll just about catch him. No, sadly not. Good pretend it did. I mean, honestly, when I got the EMP in there, it looked like I may have got one or two of them, or perhaps at least one of them. Didn't do too well, though. Didn't do too well, but for our very first outing, I am somewhat positive about it. The only problem I do have is because of how much CPU these weapons use, and the fact it's trying to be pushed as 2 is the most efficient. You can't really have a side weapon. I would love a rail or some regular lasers, just for a bit of long-range combat. Even just a single plasma devastator, honestly, would make me very, very happy. I'll put that down. Phew! It's definitely very pretty, but actually trying to catch someone is very difficult. Don't feel like we did too well there. We got 3 assists. We got in the top 50% for damage done. It was okay. It was okay. It certainly wasn't the best. So what do I get in my gold crate, I assume? Look at the new sped up animations. Yeah. Well, we got some more rods and stuff. So can we now go into deathmatch? No, we can't. The servers are still broke. The same is probably said for factory. Let's just... yeah. I can't actually see any robot whatsoever right now, so that's still broken. I will be trying to get into one of those battles within the next 24 hours so that we can have a quick look at the AI battles and look more into the chain guns themselves. My first verdict from only one battle is... they're good, and when you can get them to work perfectly, like that once against that mech, it seemed glorious. The amount of damage being dealt was fantastic, but... it really isn't the type of weapon I personally gravitate towards, but I will definitely be doing more videos with these guns. I just want to get this video out as soon as possible to show them all off right now on the day of the patch. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that Robocraft is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.